welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana, also known as DB Lux Life on YouTube and DBar Lux on Instagram. Today's video, as you can tell by the description, is all about my COVID-19 experience. Yes, I caught COVID-19. It's crazy. I'm so glad that I'm on the road to recovery, but this video is just everything you need to know about my experience being diagnosed with COVID-19, my symptoms, the timeline, and what I did to kind of recover, to make it as seamless or as streamlined as I could as I was battling COVID. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down in the comment box below, and I will definitely comment back on every single person's comment because I really want to make sure that I can give you all the information I have based on my experience. So let's jump right into it. So I actually was diagnosed with COVID-19 I believe it was that Thursday after Election Day. So November in the United States of this year, we had our election. And on Election Day, I remember feeling towards the end of the day, really tired and just weird, but no other symptoms other than just feeling really tired. And then the next day when I woke up, the day after Election Day, I remember having this crazy pounding headache and my throat was really sore. And I was like, this is really strange. I also continued to feel really tired. Now on both of those days I had no fever, and what I think is so interesting is throughout my entire experience with COVID-19 I personally didn't have a fever, which is really strange, I think, but when I talk to my doctor she says that can happen sometimes. But literally the day after Election Day, I just felt really bad. And if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, I literally every single day post myself doing workouts, whether it's trail running or doing yoga or hiking, because I'm really big with that. And what I remember distinctly about the day after Election Day is that I didn't feel well enough to work out, and I literally work out every single day doing something. So for me that was a telltale sign like something was off. And I was talking to my husband about it, and he was like, you know what, you should just go get a COVID-19 test because you work in the public. And if you all don't know, I work in retail, so I'm always in front of people and I always have my mask on, obviously, but still being exposed to that many people all the time, and sometimes working in a retail store everybody doesn't like to wear their mask, which is a whole nother discussion. So I have to constantly tell people to put your mask on or put your mask on properly, which can put you at risk. So when my husband told me that, I was like, okay, I'll go get a test. And it was really easy. I live in Los Angeles, so for me I literally just typed in my browser free COVID testing, and I found at Dodger Stadium here in LA, go Dodgers, because we won the World Series, that I could go there and get a free test. So I scheduled it same day, and I went that Wednesday after Election Day and got my test. It was super easy. They literally have the instructions on a big screen. You can also tune your car into a certain radio station and it'll tell you instructions. But basically all I did was cough really hard in my mask and then take this swab my mouth, put it in the solution, break off the tip, shake it up, and then drop it off in this drop box. And it was all done in my car, and it was really easy. So shout out to everybody working at that testing site and at all testing sites. We really appreciate your service because they made it super easy for me to go get my COVID test. When I was over, throughout the rest of the day on that Wednesday after I went to get tested, I began to feel worse and worse. And when I say I felt worse and worse, I mean my head was hurting so bad, behind my eyes was hurting. It was inside my eye sockets, when I would look up it would be this crazy sharp pain, and when I would breathe in I felt have you ever had wasabi or ate wasabi on sushi? I felt when I would breathe in, I could feel all my nerve endings in my head go on fire. It was really weird, and I just felt really tired, and it was so weird because that's the day I had to do a live on my Instagram, and for a minute I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I felt that bad, but I literally pulled myself together, did the live for about an hour, and when I got off the live I literally was sweating. Guys, when I tell you I was sweating, it was as if I had worked out. That's how much I was sweating. So I knew something was off. And I still had an appetite and I still could taste and smell and everything. And I just went to bed. And then the next day, again, I felt worse, but it was so crazy because Thursday I started to have these body aches. which were crazy. And I know I work out all the time, so I know how it feels to be sore from working out and like doing yoga or weightlifting or running or whatever. But this was a different type of body ache, and I knew it wasn't due to me working out, because the last time I worked out was on election day in the morning, and then that evening on election day is when I started feeling bad. So when I realized I had these body aches, I was like, oh no, oh my God, I probably have COVID. And then literally the next day, that Thursday, I got my test result back and it said I was positive for COVID-19. So when I saw the results, I'm not even gonna front, like I was shook. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So the first thing I did was I called my job and I told them like, hey, I tested positive for COVID-19. And the good news was the last time I went to work was election day Tuesday, but we closed early, and I wasn't feeling bad the day. Remember, I was just feeling really tired because I had worked out that morning. And the Wednesday that I felt really bad, I actually was off. So I didn't go to work or anything. So I wasn't around anybody when I was starting to feel all the symptoms, which I'm super grateful for, because I didn't want anybody else to get sick. So that Thursday, actually backtrack, that Wednesday when I was off, I actually called my my job and I told them like, hey, I'm not feeling too well. I'm actually going to get a COVID test to kind of give them a heads up. And then that Thursday, I was off because I was waiting for my results. And when I got them back positive, I told them, and then obviously I could go to work. So that's how that played out. And as Thursday progressed, I literally, y'all, got worse and worse and worse. So the body aches got worse, the headaches got worse, the pain behind my eyes got worse, the nerve ending thing in my head got worse. And that is the day I literally lost my taste and smell. And I will tell you guys, having had the flu before and colds before, I've lost my sense of taste and smell, so that's not a big deal. But this was different because it was like numbing, like a numbing taste and smell. It's like completely different than anything I've ever experienced. And it's jarring and it's scary because you're hungry. At least I was hungry, and I would see food and I would want to eat, but I literally couldn't taste anything. So it was like a mind trick you had to play with yourself, or at least I had to play with myself with like trying to imagine what the food tastes like so that I would continue to have my appetite. I will tell you that I probably lost around 5 to 8 pounds because of like losing taste and smell, because the way it was hard to like eat sometimes. And like I had a regimen for me personally throughout the progression of me with COVID, of making sure I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would literally, y'all, I'm not even joking, I would force myself to eat. Like I would make sure like for breakfast I had like eggs and like a salad, and then for lunch I had soup, or like in dinner I had soup, because I needed to make sure that I maintained my strength. And this loss of taste and smell lasted for me for about 10 days. Yeah, give or take about 10 days. And I'm super blessed that I actually, yes, have my taste and smell back. And I got it back after about 10 to 12 days. And a lot of people I've looked up literally don't get it back for months. So I was super grateful for that. Also, another symptom that kind of pops up, but later on around like the 7th or 8th day, was I literally had this crazy pressure in my head, and it made me feel like a little dizzy, which was strange. And my doctor said it was because of the postnasal drip. Like sometimes if you have like congestion and a runny nose, it'll come out of your nose like on your face, but sometimes it can like drain into your throat and into your sinuses and into your ear canal. And apparently that was happening to me. So then they prescribed me to take like Mucinex and Flonase to kind of help with that. But all in all, those are the major symptoms I had. I again did not have any fever. I didn't have a cough at all. I didn't have shortness of breath at all, but I did have everything in my head. It felt like I had the worst sinus infection of all time, and lost in taste and smell, and the body aches, which was crazy. And chills, I was trying to think if I had any chills. I didn't have any chills where like, you know how it'll be like 80 degrees outside, but then you'll be like freezing. Like I didn't have that type of chills, but I did have like goosebumps once in a while where I'd just be like, ooh, what was that? So I guess that could be a form of chills. I don't know, that came and went throughout the process. And then what I think is interesting is now that I am on the back end of it, like I believe this is day 13 or 14 for me. And my symptoms are going away, and apparently my doctor says I'm not infectious anymore, meaning I can't transmit the disease to other people. But she did say that over time I would still have symptoms, and they would gradually, like over time, like within a month or two, all go away, because my body's still like trying to fight it. It's kind of like having a cold, she said. I would still experience some things. So once in a while, I have like a little headache. And once in a while, I'll feel like I still have like, I don't know, congestion in here for like, cause it's draining because I'm taking the Mucinex and the Flonase. And sometimes I feel a little tired, but that's pretty much it for now as I like progress and recover. Some helpful tips that I will give to you if you are battling COVID-19 or if you're afraid that you're going to get COVID-19, what you should do or what you could do is, for me, what worked is throughout this entire time when I was feeling bad, I was taking vitamins, and I felt like that helped me. I took a prenatal vitamin, I took a vitamin C, I took a fish oil, and I took a vitamin calcium, zinc, vitamin D or something like that, which is 4 multivitamins. These vitamins, I didn't start to take them when I got COVID-19. I have taken them this entire time, but I do feel like having those vitamins helped me tremendously as I was like trying to get better. Another thing that I did was I drank massive amounts of water. Now, some people say it doesn't matter. Some people say it does matter. For me, it mattered because I felt like if I could flush my system, just continue to flush my system, I could hopefully get through this and maybe not see as many symptoms, because I was terrified to get like a cough and have like respiratory issues. So I just made sure like I literally was always drinking something every hour. And I kid you not, I probably went to the bathroom every hour. I'm not even joking, because I wanted to make sure that I was flushing my system. Another thing I did too was, since I couldn't taste and smell, I made a point to eat really healthy. So every single day I had one raw meal. What that means is I had one raw baked kale salad packed with vegetables like carrots and cucumbers and olives and walnuts and avocado, because I wanted to make sure that eating raw vegetables gave me, again, more nutrients and more vitamins. And I did that consistently. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that because I show you guys my meals throughout this whole experience. And I really ate super clean. So no processed food. I made like homemade chicken noodle soup and I ate that for a couple of days. I had fresh kale salad every single day. And then for dinners, I would have like a big portion, like half of my plate would be like green beans or broccoli, and then I would have a little quarter of carbohydrates, and then I'd have like lean chicken or something, or fish. And I felt like that definitely helped me because my nutrition was good and I was taking vitamins and I was drinking water, and I felt like that definitely helped me. That's my Alexa. That definitely helped me go through the process. Another thing that I feel like helped me a lot too is, since I am very active and I do yoga and run and all those things mostly every day, is I made sure to get out the bed. Even on days when I was feeling really tired and feeling really crappy, I made a point to at least do 15 minutes to 20 minutes of yoga a day. Now, the 2 days I did not do yoga was that Wednesday when I went to go get my COVID test, and then that Thursday when I got my results, because I felt really bad those days. But all the other days, as I started to feel better, I got up and I moved my body. When I say I did yoga, I'm not talking about like some hard power vinyasa flow. No. What I'm saying though is I did do yoga that was gentle, restorative, to stretch and move my body, because I felt like the more I moved, the more I could like get strength and just not get stuck in my sickness, if that makes any sense. So I made a point to move around, and I made a point to, although I was quarantined to my bedroom, and I'll get to that in a minute, to make my bed every day, get out of my bed, walk around my room, take a shower every single day. And it just really helped me, I feel like, recover and just stay in high spirits. Getting to quarantining though, I am married and I have a daughter, and she's 6 years old. And when I found out that I had COVID, I had to literally quarantine myself away from them. So what that looked like is I quarantined myself in me and my husband's bedroom, and my husband and my daughter were in the rest of the house. And we have 2 bathrooms. So I went to one bathroom and used that bathroom, and they used the other bathroom. And when I had to go in the common areas like the living room, the family room, or your kitchen or something like that, I always wore my mask and I didn't touch anything. But if I had to touch like a door handle, I would use my Lysol spray and Lysol the door handles and stuff. And every time I went to the bathroom in my own bathroom, I like disinfected it every time after I used it. And that was really tedious because I literally have to walk through the common areas, have my mask on. They had their masks on anytime I left the bedroom, just so I wouldn't give it to them. And they are still right now quarantining because they have to be quarantined for more time to make sure that they don't show symptoms. So thank God they haven't showed any symptoms yet, and hopefully they won't. But that's how that experience was. And I was blessed in that my husband would prepare a lot of my meals for me, so I didn't have to go to the kitchen and like touch things, because I was afraid that like if I was in the kitchen touching things, that I could leave like the virus there, or on things, because I would touch it and I would be in this room, obviously my bedroom, without a mask on. So that was a little tedious. But all in all, that was my COVID experience. From what my doctor told me, I had pretty mild symptoms, but even with them being mild, I tell you, it was not fun. And I don't want anybody to get this disease or get this virus, because it really, really, really is stressful. Like, although she said my symptoms were mild, it is emotionally taxing. I can't tell you how many times I would have anxiety attacks in this bedroom, or just have anxiety overall, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And you would like feel different things. You didn't know if this was like your body starting to do this or that, or if it was an emergency. And I felt like I was constantly on the phone with my doctor. I kid you not, I probably called my doctor's office once every other day just to tell them of new symptoms I had. And I would definitely encourage you, if you have COVID-19 or you're battling it, or you just found out that you're positive with COVID-19, to partner with your doctor. And you will not bug them by calling them. At least my doctor told me I wasn't bugging her by calling her, because it's super important that they know your symptoms as you're having them, so that they can game plan what the call of action should be, or if you need assistance earlier, that could save your life. So don't feel shy. Don't be scared that, oh yeah, this symptom will just go away. Like, no, tell your doctor. Make sure you have a great partnership with the medical professionals that we have. And thank you to all the medical professionals out there helping with this virus, and just helping overall. Like, we so appreciate you guys. You guys are our heroes, because I'm telling you, that's major key. At least it was for me. And it gives you peace of mind when you talk to your doctor and you tell them symptoms, because then they can like just have heightened awareness around your care. So yeah, so that was the timeline. Those are my symptoms, quarantine. What else? Oh, and then I did get a call from contact tracing for California, which was pretty cool. It was really easy. They just basically asked me where was I, who was I around, what were my symptoms, and it was really, really easy. So if you did test positive for COVID-19 and you do get a call from wherever you live for contact tracing, definitely participate. It helps so many other people know where COVID-19 has been, so that they don't get sick. And it's just really helpful for us to kind of get to know this disease better, because I believe when they asked me my symptoms, they were asking so they can get a really big idea of what the majority of people are experiencing, so that the medical team or medical professionals can do more research on it. So if you do get a call from contact tracing, whether it's because you had COVID or maybe you were exposed, definitely participate, as it helps so much. And in California, at least, I believe if you participate in the survey and you answer all the questions, they'll give you like a $20 gift card, which was really nice. I wasn't expecting that, and it helps because right now everything helps. So many people are without a job, so that little bonus was a nice perk. But yeah, so that was my experience with COVID-19. So far, I'm still doing well. Again, I still feel sometimes a little tired, and I'll have like a little bit of congestion, maybe like a little headache here. But all in all, every single day, I'm getting stronger and better. And I pray that if you are battling COVID-19 or have a loved one that battled COVID-19, that this video helps you and answer maybe some questions you have. Let me know down below if there's any questions I can answer for you additionally about my experience and what I went through, because I definitely want to be a resource to you. And for all of you who are staying healthy and staying safe, please continue to wear your mask. It definitely will help you stay healthy during this trying time, and just know we will all get through this. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Definitely leave a comment down below and subscribe. I would love to keep you in the DB Lux Life family, and just have a wonderful day. Bye.